What's going on, and welcome back. So today I want to talk about some games that I cannot play. I simply won't play them, probably. And it's not because the games are bad. Okay, I'm pretty sure they're excellent games. And you're probably thinking, then what's the problem, right? Why won't you play them? Well, I'm gonna tell you what the problem is right now. So last week, I got done playing Dragon Age the Veilguard. Dude, excellent game. That's an excellent game. Despite what the reviews and all the bad reviews that it got, dude, it's really good. I really enjoyed that game a lot. It's one of those games that if you haven't played it because you heard all the bad reviews, ignore them. Go play it. Trust me, this is one of those games that I highly recommend. It took me about 47 and a half hours to finish that game, and it didn't even feel like it was 47 and a half hours. As a matter of fact, I didn't want that game to end. So after I got done playing that game, I told my buddy Mark about it because he's playing it as well. Also, he's also playing it, right? So I told him I got done playing that, finished it, or whatever, and he was like, "Now you need to go back and play Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, and Inquisition." And I'm thinking, yeah, dude, that sounds like an excellent idea. I had such a good time with these games. I'll go back and play the older ones, the first ones, right? But first, I'm gonna play a game that I've been wanting to play for a long time, and that's Assassin's Creed 3 on the Switch, remastered, right? I pop it in, and I'm like 4 hours into the game, and I had to stop playing. I couldn't do it anymore. Here's why. Because of the graphics. Yes, because of the graphics, the way the game looked, dude, I couldn't do it. Now I'm not saying it's a bad game. I couldn't get past the graphics on that game. I know it's an older game, right? And it's remastered. It looks all cleaned up or whatever. But I kept telling myself, I was like, if you can just get past the way this game looks, maybe you'll get into it and have a good time. And dude, 4 hours. I couldn't do it. The game looks so dated, right? I know it's a game that was originally on the PlayStation 3, and then they remastered it or whatever, and they came out with it not that long ago, right, for the Switch and I think the PS4. But it doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't matter the way the graphics to me looked. I couldn't do it, right? So I stopped playing it. And that was a shame because that's a game that I've been wanting to play for a while now. And I can't do it. And my buddy Mark's like, well, you need to go back and play. I didn't tell him none of this, but then he was like, if you're gonna play 3, you should play, the first one, the second one, and then the third one, because they all kind of like tie in together some way somehow. But after I saw the way the game looked for Assassin's Creed 3 remastered, I was like, there's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to go back and play the first 2, right? So I started playing it. I couldn't get past the graphics. Like I said, they look so dated to me. They look just so dated. So I started looking up gameplay footage for Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2, and Dragon Age Inquisition. I can't. I absolutely cannot play those games because, like I said, the graphics, they look so dated, right? And I was gonna order them on for the PS3 and play them that way. Well, I guess that's the only way you can play them, right? unless you download them or whatever. But I couldn't. Not that I couldn't. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. Just because the way the graphics look to me, it looks so freaking outdated, dude. I can't do it. I absolutely can't do it. I did tell him, like, I told him, you know what, man? I'm gonna go, and maybe I'll still pick them up, so I can have them, and maybe one day, maybe, that's a big maybe, I might give them a try, right? But don't cross your fingers, because it may not happen. Same thing with Assassin's Creed. I was like, I do want to own, for some crazy reason, I want to own the entire Assassin's Creed library, right? Doesn't mean I'm going to play them. And the earlier ones, but dude, there's games I want to play, like Assassin's Creed 3. That's a game I wanted to play, and I can't. I cannot. You know, I want to play Black Flag, but I don't know if I'll be able to. I haven't really looked up gameplay footage for that one, but I don't know, you know, right? There's a lot of games on PlayStation 3 that still look really, really good. And there's some games on PS2 that still hold up till today. But there's just some games that don't age well for whatever reason. Dragon Age is one of them. Assassin's Creed 3 was another. When I played Belgard, that was my first Dragon Age game that I ever played, was Belgard, and I thought it looked beautiful. Graphics on that game are absolutely gorgeous. So imagine going from that to the first Dragon Age game. That's like completely like night and day. It's like I can't. I can't do it. And it's not only those games, right? So a few years ago, I was playing The Witcher 3, and my first playthrough of that was, I think it was like 68 hours. And then a month later, I went back and I played it. I did a second playthrough, which lasted me 120 hours. Excellent game, excellent. And I thought, okay, I want to go back and I want to play The Witcher 2. So I got on eBay and I ordered it for the 360. Because I think that's the only system that it came out on. I'm not too sure, but I ordered it for the 360. When it came in, I popped it in. I played it for like 20 minutes. I was like, dude, I can't do it. The game just looked, to me it didn't look good. It looked so freaking dated. The controls felt so clunky. As a matter of fact, Assassin's Creed 3, the controls to me, they felt clunky. So I was like, I can't, right? So dude, it was a shame. I was looking forward to playing Witcher 2 and I couldn't do it. Put the game up, it's sitting on my shelf right now. I'm happy to own it, but I can't play it, man. I tried. I really did. I really tried. You know, the same thing. So, I've told this story before where Oblivion was my favorite game of all time. I think I burnt out like 2 360s playing that game. Right? And then Skyrim came out. I started playing Skyrim. Beautiful game. Now, I played Skyrim for a few years, and then I think it was maybe last year or the year before last, I went back to revisit Oblivion, right? Because I love that game. I probably played the first 30 minutes of Oblivion and I had to stop because of the graphics. They look so dated to me. And it's weird, man, because that was like one of my favorite games of all time, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't go back and replay it again because the graphics, dude. I don't know. They didn't. I'm spoiled. I'm spoiled by what we have right now. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's like I'm spoiled from what we have right now, the way games look right now, and then trying to go back and play like the older games, it's hard, dude. It's really hard. Not like I said, it's not all games that are like that, right? I've said, like, there's some PlayStation 3 games that they still look absolutely gorgeous. There's some PlayStation 2 games that look really good. Shit, there's some PlayStation 1 games that still look really, really good. There's just some games that just don't age well to me. Another example is Diablo. I played Diablo 4 and I went back to play Diablo 3. Dude, I finished that game, by the way. I co-opted with my buddy Mark and we finished it, but my goodness, I had a really, really hard time with Diablo 3 because of the way the game looked, right? And the graphics weren't even that bad. I just got so used to Diablo 4, the way it looked, and then going to Diablo 3 where it kind of looked a little bit, I don't know, now I want to say cartoony. It just, something just didn't sit right with me with the graphics on that game. Again, it's one of those things that was kind of like night and day, right? So yeah, there's some games that are that age well, and then there's some that don't. So those are games that I absolutely cannot play, and it's a shame. Like I said, I'm sure they're not bad games. I'm sure they're excellent games. And if I would have played them when they first came out, when the PlayStation 3 was like brand new, right? I probably would have enjoyed them. I probably would have loved them because that's like, those are like graphics that I've never seen before, right? It'd be all brand new to me. But like I said, I'm spoiled by what we have now that it's hard for me to go back and play some of the older games because they just don't look right to me. And I'm pretty sure that I'm not the only one that feels this way. So, you know, if you have games that you tried going back and playing that you never played before and you just couldn't do it, let me know. Let me know what those games are so I can try to avoid them for real. Because man, I have a really hard time going back and like playing some of these older games. It's weird, man, but that's just how I am. So, anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.